How you doing, YouTube? Matt with the Massive Beer Reviews back with yet another review. Joe
from HopBot Beer Reviews.
In tow, we are doing a bunch of homebrewing, a bunch of homebrew reviews, and now we're doing a bunch of backwards land reviews. We call Canada backwards land.
Yeah.
It's just weird.
Please let me back into the country. I'm paying a lot for school.
Yeah, you'll be back by the time I post this. So
yes, still.
And we just reviewed one offering from Canada. It was a Nickelbrook's Naughty Neighbor.
Yes.
Which was quite nice, sessionable IPA.
Very nice.
And we're stepping it up with Hop City's HopBot IPA. This is double IPA?
Verging on it, it's 7.1% ABV. 70 IBUs, so you're still in like your standard IPA range, but you're flirting that line. I have like both of these beers. I've reviewed both of them on my website, HopBotReviews.squarespace.com, and I felt strongly enough about them that you needed to try both of these beers.
This fucking guy thinking about me. That's what
know.
I like to fucking say.
Yeah.
As far as what it says on the can, Hop City Brewing Company, HopBot IPA. On the back here, we got programmed with 5 West Coast American hops. HopBot IPA brings out waves of absurd citrus, chocolate aroma, flavor. The Citrus Centennial Mosaic Summit and Willamette hops.
I've heard that pronounced
18 different ways.
Yeah.
Provide 70 IBUs, which are perfectly balanced by a solid malt backbone. 7.1% alcohol by volume. No IBUs. Not that it matters. And there you go.
It says 70 IBUs on that.
Did it?
In the description, yeah. Provides...
Oh, yeah, just read it, and I just glossed over it because I'm just reading it like a machine. Like a HopBot, I'm reading it. Label-wise, it's awesome. It's a robot holding hops. It looks like an old toy robot from like back in the 50s. Yeah. It just looks absolutely fantastic. Hopefully, it tastes absolutely fantastic. So there you go. Let's see what she has.
I love the cans for IPAs.
Yeah, I mean, it absolutely makes sense, not just from a labeling sense, because white cans are cool. You can get more shit on it, so it looks cooler. But it's also, it just makes sense from a, there I go.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm awesome. It makes sense from, you're not going to, you can age IPAs. It's not like you can't. There's some that age quite well. But chances are you're not going to age it, and really, the only caveat with cans is it's not really an ageable vessel.
The thing with cans is absolutely no light is getting through metal.
Yeah, true.
That's the thing with cans. Like, brown bottles are good as far as glassware goes. They're the best if you're going to bottle beer. But cans are the fucking way to go.
Yeah, but I mean, as far as aging this, you could always, you could have degrading, you could have rust, you could have some kind of corrosion
like the
involved.
liner, they're still working with liners and stuff, but so far they're pretty good. But yeah, like, typically, if you have a can of an IPA, you're not sitting around with that.
No.
It's going pretty quick.
Yeah, that's the whole thing. It's you're going to drink it. So first things first, just a bare off-white head, decently creamy top to it, and you're talking about a magnifying glass of a color. I mean,
it's really clear. There's, I think, still wheat malt in this as well, and to have it as clear as it is
compared to the other one,
stark
difference. I mean, it's literally magnifying. I'm seeing the trees.
Yeah,
like in my glass, it's kind of crazy.
Is saying that their beer is unfiltered, which is fine. It's going to be a little bit more hazy than this, which just clearly has some filtering in it.
But it looks like an IPA.
Yeah.
See if she smells like one. It smells delicious. A little bit more tropical.
Yeah, a lot more tropical.
The last one we did last time. Probably a bit more malt to it. A little bit.
Yeah, it has a little bit more of a malt backbone, a little bit more honey.
Yeah.
To it.
Yeah, they don't tell you the kind of malt, but it probably is.
Like I mean, malt. I've used honey malt enough that I can, especially in my IPAs, I've used honey malt enough that I can speculate if it's there or if it's not there.
Yeah.
And this smells like it's there just a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but I mean, it actually does smell very nugget nectar-ish to me.
A little bit, yeah.
I
didn't speculate on that in in my review that it smelled like Nugget Nectar.
Nugget Nectar probably a little bit more tropical.
Yeah.
But it's similar, you know. Nugget Nectar's a bit more orange to it, has a little bit more color to it.
Yeah, a little bit more color.
But that's the first thing that pops in my mind as far as similarity goes. When I smell a beer, when I talk about a beer, even if I don't say it on camera, I'm always kind of like, oh, this reminds me of this other beer. That's always what I'm kind of thinking.
I think I'm not having that because I didn't review this year's Nugget Nectar. I was actually very happy that I was able to try this year's batch when I was down in Trogs a couple weeks back.
Yeah.
But I didn't review it. It's not really the kind of beer that I review every year, but still, like, I would have been disappointed if I didn't at least get to try some of it.
Yeah, of course.
You know, which was like a little bit of like, kind of like homesickness going on. Like I
gotta get down there.
I want to try.
Reset yourself, get back home, and all that stuff. Yeah. Let's dive right in, man. It smells absolutely delicious. What I like an IPA to be.
Yeah.
It's quite the bitter finish.
Yeah.
It's almost like I actually want to say it's almost like a flawed finish. Slightly metallic astringent finish to me.
See, I don't really get that. I get a lingering bitterness to it, but it's not unpleasant.
There's just certain skirting the edge of unpleasant for me.
See, there's certain IPAs where I'm gonna want a little bit more bitterness sticking around.
It's not. I don't think it's a lingering bitterness for me, and everybody's
just
different.
That, yeah.
It's a slight offness for me. And again, everybody's so different. It's like that's what I mean. Like I can sit here and be like, I don't like lingering bitterness, but if you like lingering bitterness, this is the beer for you.
Yeah.
But for this,
I mean, I say this in just about every IPA review, and I think I actually noted on like in this review actually like brought up like the amount of people that have at least heard of IPAs it's up there. It's it's arguably one of the most popular styles of beer. It's like almost instant money.
Yeah.
If you're opening up a brewery.
Yeah.
Which I think was like I can let Matt rant about that. Yeah, but like to me this is it's kind of what I want. I want that bitterness to stick around a little bit longer, but then still fade away. And I'm getting that.
Yeah, for me, when I first get it in my mouth, there's a bit of like, it's a weird.
I can see what you mean by like a little bit metallic.
It's not huge right when it gets in my mouth. It's just a nice carbonation, not much. The middle is like pure like orange zest. Like it's like very
fruity.
Citrus zest, not even like citrus juice. It's like a zest, like a orange peel. And then there's that bitter finish, but then there's that just slightest metallicness to it.
Yeah.
Just it's so faint, and it just could be me being oversensitive to that. I mean, like, and it's not me poo-pooing on the beer. Just for me, it's a little bit.
If you let this warm up,
it opens up
just a little bit.
Yeah,
it gets like honey.
Oh, there's huge honey in it too.
Like tropical, like honey soaked, like tropical fruit drizzled with honey.
Yeah,
is what I equated it to. And like I actually, one thing that I really like about writing more than doing a video review is I'm not going to sit here and let this beer fully warm up.
Yeah, you're just going to talk on camera.
I'm going to talk. It's going to be 5 to 10 minutes if I'm doing it by myself. Probably more if I'm doing it with another person. And then that's it. As I'm writing, I can then go back and note, all right, I've let this beer warm up for a couple minutes. This is how it's changed after letting it warm up.
I totally like. That's one of the reasons why I like reading your reviews is for that sole reason. Like I've done it. Like when I do reviews at home, it's not like I'm like sitting there. I don't crack the beer, review it, drink the whole beer, then do another review. I'll like drink that beer, review it, put that beer in my beer fridge, then crack another beer, and then kind of do like 2 or 3 reviews or 4 reviews, and then I'll go back and drink the beers that the leftovers.
Yeah.
And I can tell you, a lot of times I'll go back and I'll be like, maybe it's a little bit more this now, or a little bit more that now.
Yeah.
I think that's par for the course for pretty much any beer. You know what I mean? Like, a perfect example, like, I mean, everything's different. Like, whether it be in bottle or draft, like I had, like, the local to us, there's Nimble Hill, I did their Turbo Diesel. The bottle, I drank it, I was like, yeah, this beer is no good, and since then I've had it on a draft, and I really want to go back and re-review it, because I'm like, I didn't poop on it, but I just gave it a low 80s, and the ones I had on draft, I'd give it a 90.
Did you have, like, the first bottle run?
I think.
So I think I had, like...
I don't think I got a first bottle run, but I think I got was the end of the barrel. Like, it tasted so great must.
Yeah.
Like, it tasted like the leftover.
Yeah.
It was so great musty.
It's like, I think we had a bottle. I don't know if we reviewed it or not. We might have, and I might have lost it. I don't know. Like, another reason why I like writing a little bit more is I have more of a set schedule for myself.
Yeah.
Like, I write a review, I'll write a couple of reviews, edit, and post.
Yeah.
You know? So, like, during the week, if I post 3 times, it's edit Monday's review, post it.
Yeah.
Then, say Wednesday comes around, edit Wednesday's review, put it up.
Yeah.
Then edit Friday's review on Friday and put it up.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm like, I have more of a turnaround than I did with videos, because like I would let videos stack, and I had so many fucking videos that I wouldn't have to review for like fucking months.
That's my way.
You
Right
know?
now, I could stop. I post 5 videos a week. If I stopped reviewing right now, I think for right now I can go 4 months.
Yeah.
Without reviewing, which is fine. Like, I don't mind that, because I'm like, I don't mind. It's not so much that I'm like, I just want to make a ton of reviews. If I have a beer, I'm going to review it.
Yeah.
And I like beer, and so I drink it a lot. And I understand where you're coming from with the writing. I do, I really, because I do the video thing, I don't do the writing thing, I'm a bit envious of that. But at the same time, I think the reason why I continue to do the video opposed to the writing, even though the writing technically takes longer, I like that initial visceralness. Like,
Yeah,
I like
this
that.
is my initial reaction.
Like, this
to
is
the
like,
beer.
I've never
I
had
understand
this.
that.
I'm drinking this. This is the impact I've had on me. I like that. I like
Yeah,
that
and
very,
I understand that.
very
I think,
reactionary
like,
effect.
I don't know if I started, you know, I don't know how well my writing is going over as opposed to my videos, but I think had I started writing, I don't know if I'd be where I was, you know, with, like, at least around here. Apart from, I feel, I don't want to sound like real egotistical, but like I feel like it was us, like us being everyone that worked with me on NEPA beer reviews. I felt like it was like we were the kind of like beer reviewers for this area. Like, there was not really anyone else that was doing this around here.
Yeah.
You know, there's My Beer Buzz, but he's a radio show, and he does more like beer newsy kind of things.
Yeah, it's more like a Twitter feed.
It's more like, here's this brewery that's going to be opening up, or here's a new beer that's coming out from here, and we were more, here's a beer.
Yeah.
From,
I get it. Yeah.
From Breaker. So I feel like, had I started writing, I don't know if I would have had the same kind of impact.
I gotcha.
As like doing videos.
Fair enough. Videos are an infinitely more... It's weird, because I'm going to contradict myself right here. Videos are infinitely more consumable product. People like to click on a video and watch it as opposed to reading.
Yeah.
I actually like reading more than watching videos. I actually read more beer reviews than I actually watch them. Yeah. I'm that weird way, like a lot of
so
times.
you've probably read everything that I've posted.
I read everything you do post, and I read other people's stuff. Like, I just, like, I prefer to read my information. Whatever information I absorb, 90% of the time I like to, sans sports, that's the only thing I like to watch. Other than that, I like to read. I don't like to watch video. The news, I read the news. Beer reviews, I like to read. Yeah, but I post video reviews about beer, so it's kind of contradicting myself about that. But so
I've kind of stopped watching other reviews. The only reviews that I really will watch on a regular basis are yours, honestly. Like, it's just like I'm doing something else. I'm like, let's
see what this fucking asshole has to say.
Yeah, like, let's see, like, oh, this is an interesting, like, I don't watch everyone, like, if a review strikes me enough, I'm like, all right, let's see what this is about, you know?
Yeah.
But other than that, I've kind of, like, almost stopped watching other reviews, especially for beers that, like, I really haven't had.
That's the big thing.
Before,
I never watched them. Like, I go out of my way to not watch shit I've never had because I don't want any influence at all from anybody else. So it's like a lot of times, like talking about beers or like connecting with somebody who does reviews. Like if somebody's from outside of the area and like I follow them and I like their reviews, a lot of times I don't even talk or comment on them because I have nothing to say. I'd be like, oh, I love this beer. That's like I've never had it.
It's that generic. Like, everybody like
cheers.
Yeah, like everyone is gonna go, oh yeah, that beer's really good, or oh, I've never had that beer before. Like that's all you really have to say. Like that's all I felt like I was saying.
Yeah.
When I was commenting on other beer reviews.
Yeah, and that's
on
like
YouTube.
And like if you actually follow, like if you actually look at the shit, like there's some way to actually follow the shit that I actually write. It's like weird. Like people if people comment on my videos, and we're kind of getting on a crazy huge tangent now, but if people like comment on my videos, like if it's like, hey, great review, thanks, and I'm like, thank you. I appreciate you watching. But if, like, literally, there's been a few people, this one guy, Spooky Lizard, was his YouTube name. He commented on a bunch of stuff. There's Sean from California commented on a bunch of stuff. But they're, like, asking me questions. And I'm writing, like, 5-paragraph long responses. This person's like, hey, I think this beer's, like, this sounds good. I like these beers. Where can I find this? I'm like, well, you probably can't get this, but this, and beer is this, and maybe you might find it here. And, like, it's more like, I don't want to say it's like ego stroking shit. It's like, that's what I find those other ones be like, hey, I watched your review. And that's person going, are you watching my reviews? Yeah. Like, that's what I feel like. It's like someone being like, hey, are you watching my reviews? That's when they say, hey, good review, buddy. And that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But it's like, I don't know how to respond to that. Like, but when someone's genuinely like, hey, oh, this beer, I've heard of this. I like these, or heard of this. I heard of this beer. I think I might like it. And then I'll be like, what kind of beers do you like? And then